Hello there, welcome to this yoga practice. Welcome to Yoga with Anja, and thank you for sharing your practice with me today. I look very forward to practice a full-length yoga class with you today. Our focus is our breath. In my classes, if you have done a few on the channel already, you will notice that the breath is one of the most important things, and it is in yoga. But today especially, we try to connect to our breath, to a deep abdominal breath, try to strengthen our lungs and just see how much we can actually be aware of it, because during the day we breathe 15 to 20 times in a minute, and if you calculate that and add it up over the day, it's quite fascinating to what volume you get, and you're actually not even noticing it. It's just happening naturally. So we try to really give that some awareness today, some appreciation. And the only thing you actually need before we start is either a yoga block, a book, a pillow, anything that you can put onto your belly in a moment. And this you don't have to do, it's just something to connect our breathing. If you'd like, get this ready, and I will see you in just a moment lying down in Shavasana on your yoga mat. So, as I already said, and you might be in Shavasana already, we're going to come to lie down on our backs. So get settled on your yoga mat, extend your legs, bring your arms away from the body. And once you come to lie down fully flat on the back, notice if your low back is kind of giving you any signals that this might not be that comfortable. And if you feel that coming up, any tension, any tightness, just place the soles of your feet down, lift the hips, and make sure you lengthen out the area of your low back. So wherever you are in your body today, take your cushion, your yoga block, or your book, and place it onto the area of your lower belly. And then extend your arms again away from the body. Try to tuck your chin down towards your chest. Lengthen the heels towards the front edge of your mat, just so you become really spacious in your physical body. And in a full-length yoga practice, or in my classes especially, we always start with some meditation, some awareness to settle into the class, and also some breathing. So as you come to lie down on your yoga mat, see if you would like to close your eyes if that's comfortable. And if the eyes closed are not very nice for you today, then just look up towards the ceiling and find one spot that you can narrow your awareness towards. And then allow your whole physical body to settle into this practice today. Arrive, take that time to let go of the day thus far. And especially if there is currently lots going on in your life, lots on your mind, maybe a different routine for the body, then even more so, tell yourself now that this time is there for you to practice yoga and to set everything else aside for now. Doesn't mean that you can't pick it up later, but it means that you're dedicating that time to yourself and to your yoga practice. So as you come to lie down in Shavasana again, you already took a moment to feel heavy through the body, to start easing off from your day thus far. See now if you can start to feel your body from the inside out. Instead of noticing what is going on around you, in the room, in your house, in your flats, wherever you currently are, bring your awareness to within. And for me, it certainly helps closing the eyes, because then you already take one of the senses, one of the distractions away, to then again concentrate on yourself. And as you start to become aware of that inner body, notice if there is any sensations present, such as a temperature, feeling of warmth or cold, maybe a tingling sensation. It could be that there is quite a lot of energy rushing through the body if you had a busy day so far. Maybe you haven't had a very settled night. So whatever is present, allow it to be there, but become aware of it. Notice your body within, from head to toes now. And then imagine you start to soften your body from the inside out. Relaxing the feet from the inside out, the calves, the knees. So feel the area of the back of your knees radiating up towards the kneecaps, relaxing. Relax your thigh muscles, the area of your hips, belly, your whole back, middle back, upper back. Relax your shoulders from the inside out. Notice the length of your arms and that extension from the shoulders all the way into the fingertips. And they're the same. See if you can notice your hands within. So more of that sensation of what is happening within your palms, your fingers, underneath that skin. Relax the back of your head, your neck. And as we notice the body from the inside out, see and check in how the mind is doing. If there is a lot of thoughts present, notice if you can let go, if you can shift to a more present state of mind. Feel the body from your head all the way down into your toes. Nice and relaxed from the inside out. And then slowly shift your awareness, come away from any physical sensations, and bring your full attention towards the area of your belly. Start to breathe in, feel your belly expanding, especially for today, lifting up towards the ceiling, doming upward and outward. And on the out breath, notice the whole abdominal wall softening. And now blocks or pillows or whatever you currently have on your tummy today is there to really remind you of where you want to send your breath to. So inhaling, breathing into the area of the belly. Feel the belly inflating, filling with air. Fill the lungs to the top until you really feel you can't breathe in any further. And as you breathe out, notice the block or the pillow softening in the belly, kind of doming inward, navel moving towards the spine. And I'm going to give you a few moments now so you can start to tune in to your own breath. Find a rhythm that suits your breathing today and really try to not stress yourself about it. We want to do something good for the breath, the inner body today. Obviously that then is for yourself. But try to not put any pressure on yourself on how you should breathe. Just enjoy these next few moments, breathing down into the belly on the inhalation and softening and releasing the last drop of air on the exhalation. Follow the sound of your breath. Follow the movement. And really imagine you're tuning into your body again within. So what is happening within your body as you're breathing? Really try to feel for that. And sometimes it can be tricky because our mind has something else in mind to do with us. So quite often the thoughts are trying to distract us. But again, whenever you notice that, bring it back to the breath and breathe nice and deep. And now for the next few rounds, those of you who want to apply a bit of extra weight or extra pressure, again, make sure it's not too much, you can place your hands onto either side of the pillow, of the block, and then you have a bit of extra weight there to really, again, let you feel that belly breathing. And then you just continue inhaling, breathing deep down into the abdominal wall, filling the lungs with new fresh air, good energy. And as you release, imagine you're getting rid of some stagnant energy, some breath, some air that can release and leave the body now. Take 3 more breaths and fully focus on the sensations, on that feel of a deep breath. Last round of breath, make it count, make it deeper, longer, more spacious. Inhale fully, deeply. And exhale completely. Very, very nice. And then from here, take the pillow away from the belly or the block, anything you had on your lower abdomen. You can still keep your eyes closed if you like, but now bring your arms up and overhead. If you can, now if you were on the feet, try to lengthen your body. So come to lie down on your mat, extend your arms up and overhead, make sure you have enough space behind you, in front of you, and then just come into a nice good stretch. So the arms are about shoulder width apart, feet about hip width apart. You press through the heels and you lengthen into the fingertips here. Keep the shoulders away from your ears. Retuck your chin down towards the chest. And now roll your head toward your right armpit. So you're looking down towards the right side of your body. And as you tilt the head to the right, extend your left arm more and reach further into your left heel. So the head tilted over to the other side should help to open the left side of your heart, your chest, to breathe into the left lung here. And really imagine you're using the left lung more now to breathe. You're inhaling into the left side body. You stretch and lengthen as actively or as passively as you like to. And with your next out breath, roll the head back to center and then bring your chin over towards the other side. So tilt and gently rock the head to the left. And as you do that, extend more into the right side body. Right heel extends away from the right fingertips. Now, as you feel that this side of the body is opening up, imagine breathing into your right lung. Inhale and exhale here. Enjoy this full body length, this full stretch. And with your next out breath, nice and easy, roll everything back to center. Beautiful work. Now bring your arms towards either side of your body and bring the right knee in towards your chest. Just hug the right knee in towards your belly. Again, sometimes it really helps to lift the body here, to tuck the chin down towards the chest and then settle the shoulders back down to the earth. And then start to gently rock the right knee from side to side to gently move into the hip joint. You can do quite a linear movement, or you can start drawing some circles. Notice whatever allows you to access your hip, your right hip. And as we move quite mindfully today, quite, you could say, slow as well, keep breathing and keep your full awareness on your breath. Now we start to unite it. We start to bring the breath to the movement, or the other way around, movement to the breath. Very nice. Now for half happy baby, open your right knee completely. So you're open through the hips. And then you might want to place the left foot down. You can choose. You can keep the leg long or left foot on the floor. And then bring the sole of your right foot up towards the ceiling. Take your arm to the inside of the leg. If you can, reach the outer edge of your foot, hold on to the ankle or anywhere you can to open up through that right hip. Left hand can stabilize the left hip, so you're not rolling onto one side. And then again, come back to your breath. This time, imagine you breathe into that left hip. On every exhale, you can maybe softly bring the right knee a bit further out to the side. One more inhale. One more exhale here. Very, very nice. So we're going to bring that right into a twist. So bring your right knee back to center. If you had your foot on the mat, extend the leg now. Take your opposite hand, the left hand onto the right knee, and then bring it across the body into your twist. Open up through the right arm. You can have that in a half T shape, long, or in a cactus shape if you have a bit less space here for the arm. Left hand stays on the knee, and then roll your head again towards the right side of your body. And while you roll into your twist here, so this twist is very good to open up through the low back. Just remember that we are still warming up the body, so you don't have to go too far. And while you lie in this twist, you might notice all the areas of your body that start to open up. And try to breathe into the space between your right rib and your right hip, the space that you feel opening up. Breath by breath, your right knee might soften a little bit further towards that opposite side. Take another inhale, another exhale here. Very nice, and then slowly release, come back to center, and then we're going to move on to the opposite side. So switch the legs over, hug your left knee into your chest, and then gently start to rock the legs side to side. And while we're practicing today, just keep your awareness within the body. So again, keep on noticing what is happening in that inner landscape. So rather than looking around the room, maybe looking at what needs to be done after, just try to, maybe if it helps, close your eyes and reconnect to your inner body. Very nice. And for half happy baby, open the left knee, lift the sole of your foot up towards the ceiling. You can hold the outer edge of your foot or somewhere else that is maybe more approachable, more comfortable for you. Stabilize the right hip with the right hand, and then keep breathing nice and deep here. Send your breath all the way down into your belly, so you keep noticing that rising and falling sensation. Relax through the left hip if you can, while you're in this half happy baby. Take one more inhale, one more exhale here. Beautiful work. And then release, come back to center. Keep the left knee in your chest, right hand on the left knee. And then as you draw it across the body, just have a look that your knee stays in line with your hip. Open the left arm away from the body in a half T shape or cactus shape. And then just drop the chin towards that side of your body. You might feel the neck opening up on the right side. But otherwise we notice again that space between the rib cage and the hip opening, and we try to breathe into that area. And normally in twists it feels a bit harder to breathe, but it's actually really good for all the internal organs to allow those areas to feel a bit compressed, to breathe in. And then as you release, to let that settle again. Just a bit of a change. Very nice. One more inhale. And on the out breath, slowly roll back to center and then lift both knees in and up towards your chest. Bring your left hand onto the left knee, right palm onto the right knee. Separate your knees and start to draw circles from the hip joints. Look towards your navel, towards the front of your mat, keeping the neck nice and long. And while you're rolling through the hips, start to roll through the elbows, the shoulders. Really bring movement into every part of your physical body that you can, lying down on the mat here. And then change the direction of your circles. Try to align your movement with your breath. Very, very nice. And then next time your knees are open, keep them there, but try to lengthen your arms so your knees can just hang out in the space of your hands, your palms. Relax the feet, relax the body here, and try to relax through the inner thighs especially, to allow the hips to open up fully. Few deep breaths here. Now for some of you who it feels comfortable, you could extend your legs, hold onto the inner thighs and come into a wide-legged position. Keep the feet relaxed. Keep this posture rather soft, I would say. Rather passive. One more inhale. Another nice long exhale. Beautiful work. And then wherever you are, bring your knees back to center. Bring your hands towards the back of your thighs. And then rock up and down your spine a few times. And just be aware to how that feels. Or of how that feels rather. If it's good for your spine, you can do that a few more times. It's quite a nice self-massage here. And then with your next rock, come into a cross-legged seat. I'm just going to turn for a moment. And just shift that fleshy part away from underneath your hips. So you sit nice and heavy through the sit bones. Bring your hands onto the knees. And then start to draw circles into one direction. And while you're doing these circles, I would like you to be especially aware of your rib cage, your torso, and try to move and open up the space of your left and right side body as you're dropping into those circles now. If it helps you to feel a bit a bigger circle, drop down onto your hands, let the head be heavy. Very nice, and then change direction. Nice big circles, head is relaxed, and you're really feeling that opening up through the whole side body. Take a couple more circles. Very, very nice, and then slowly come back to center. From here, bring your right leg to the side of the mat. I'm actually today going to do the same side as you, so I'm not mirroring you. Just don't get confused. Right leg is extended, left foot towards the inner right thigh. Now bring your right arm to the inside of the right leg. You can stay on the hand or lie down on your forearm. Breathe in, extend the left arm up and overhead. Flip the palm so your palm is facing the right foot. And then breathe in to find full length in that left side body. Open the heart towards the ceiling. And as you breathe out, imagine you want to grab hold of that right foot. And I always say in my classes, this could be a lifelong target to one day grab hold of the foot out there. Maybe one for me as well. So as you come into this side stretch, try to engage your core slightly so you feel protected through the center of your body. Gently rock the head side to side. Neck is relaxed. Beautiful work. Now for a version of gate pose, take this left hand behind you, come onto the right foot and lift your whole body up so the hip is moving up towards the ceiling. The same here, we take a few good breaths. If your head is a bit uncomfortable here, just look down towards the left hand. Press evenly into both feet. Feel a stretch across the front body. Breathe into that space. Very, very nice. And then slowly release. Come all the way down. And we're going to change the side we're on. Left leg is long. Right foot towards the inner thigh. And you can always have that leg bend. You don't have to have it fully straight. Bring the left hand to the inside of your leg or drop down onto the forearm and extend your right arm up and overhead. And here it's not a target to kind of lower down as far as you can. You try to stay long through the side body, and then again you're reaching the right hand towards the left foot. Make sure your ears are away from the shoulders. Head is relaxed. And then breathe in. And breathe out into that right side body. For the same move to stand on the other side, a version of gate pose. Bring your right hand behind you, come onto the left foot, lift your body and open the heart and the chest up towards the skies. Keep lifting through the hips, evenly ground into the right hand and your feet. One more inhale. And then on the exhale, nice and slowly come all the way back down and then move forward into a tabletop position. So find your way onto your palms and knees now. Hands are underneath the shoulders, knees are underneath the hip joints. For cat and cow, drop the belly down, arch your spine, lift chest and gaze forward. As you breathe out, start tucking the tailbone under first, ripple through the spine, and then really round your back towards the ceiling. 4 more rounds. Inhale, drop the belly, lift your chest and your gaze, arch the spine. And exhale, press the mat away, lift the upper back towards the ceiling. Take 3 more rounds and connect to your own breath. Really make the breath count. Try to keep breathing into the area of your lower belly. Every time you exhale, bring the navel closer to the spine so you can release the air. Last round. Beautiful work. Very, very nice. And then slowly come back to center. Now from tabletop, we're going to move into puppy's pose before downward facing dog. A bit of softer version to begin. Extend the hands forward. Keep your hips over the knees. Curl your toes under, press the toes down. And then if you can, lower the forehead down towards the ground. And as you have a prop close by today, you could always have the block or the pillow underneath your forehead to bring the earth a little bit closer toward you, to take a bit of pressure off the shoulders. And then notice how much you can lower your armpits and your heart down towards the earth. And what I would like you to do with your hands is pushing the mat forward. So create a bit of resistance between the mat and your palms. And lift the hips up. Imagine your sits bones start to face towards the ceiling. Breathe into the whole space of your upper body. One more inhale. One more exhalation. Very, very nice. And then nice and slowly start to walk your hands back towards your body. Coming to a tabletop. Hands stay about 1 hand width further forward. And then for your first down dog, keep your toes curled under. Start to lift the hips. And then straight away bring your feet to mat width apart for today. So you're in a nice wide down dog. And if you can for today's practice, keep your knees bent for the whole time in this first down dog. So the knees are bent, arms are long. And then just gently start to sway the hips side to side. And while you sway the hips to the right, look underneath the right armpit. You might lift the left heel a little bit more. Then for the other side, you sway to the left, look underneath the left armpit. Raise the right heel off the mat. And just move a little bit from left to right. Let the head be heavy and relaxed. And then as you keep moving and swaying the body, walk your hands one after the other towards your feet. And take it nice and slow. So if you're already there, come back forward and take it nice and slow. Palm by palm, move them towards your feet and bend your knees as much as you need to do that. For Malasana Yogi Squat, now turn your toes out, heels are in, and then sink down into your hips. Doesn't matter if the hips are further lifted or if you can drop them down. Just stay safe in your knees. Bring your hands to your heart. And then connect your thumbs towards your sternum. Hips are open. You're in Malasana and your Yogi Squat. And we've done quite a bit of work already on opening up through the hips. So this should feel nice already here. You can continue with that sway now. So gently rock the body from left to right. And while you're pressing the arms into the inner legs. Try to resist. So imagine you're hugging your knees towards one another. Back is long, crown of the head is reaching towards the ceiling. Now we're going to walk that into plank from here. So slowly, one palm after the other, start to walk your hands forward and all the way. I need to just quickly readjust my mat to the top of your mat. So you're coming into a full body plank. You can adjust that by dropping the knees down or stay in your high plank. And now drop your left knee down, stretch through the right heel. As you inhale, extend both legs. Exhale, right knee, left leg long. Do that a few more times. So think of walking that plank on the spot here. It's a nice arm strengthener. Claw through the fingers. Keep a deep breath going. And then come to a moment of stillness. Think of hugging your thighs towards the midline. Try to tuck your tailbone under and then shoot forward. Come all the way onto your toes. Inhale. Exhale as slowly as you can, with or without the knees. Controlled, lower down towards the earth. Hug your elbows into the side body. Breathe in, roll the shoulders back. Lift into cobra. Then press the tops of your feet down. Listen to your back if it's comfortable. Come into upward facing dog. Inhale another breath. And then exhale, downward facing dog. Lift the hips and find your way back and up into downward facing dog. Feet are now hip width apart. Hands shoulder width apart. And we just keep that in a moment of stillness now. Feel the length of your back here. The knees can still be bent if you like to. And now from your downward facing dog, lift your heels high off the ground. Now step your right foot towards the left side of your mat. Take your left foot towards the right side of your mat and make a few steps across until you come all the way forward and find your first forward fold Uttanasana. Relax the head down, hold opposite elbows. Gently move your elbows apart from one another. Let the head hang heavy. And then sway the body from left to right. Head is heavy. Neck relaxed. And start to find stability in your feet now. So don't tense up through the feet, but ground all 10 toes, the heels, the outer edges of your feet, the inner arches, fully down towards the ground. Come towards center, towards stillness. And then release your arms down, tuck your chin towards your chest, and vertebra by vertebra, roll up to standing. Come all the way up for mountain pose, your Tadasana. Very, very nice. Now once you come up to standing, and feel free to come off your mat if you prefer to do that on your floor or on the carpet or against the wall. For tree pose, ground your right foot towards the earth. Remember, I'm doing the same side as you. Take your left heel towards the opposite leg. Bring your hands to your heart. This is the first option for tree pose. You could raise your foot higher, just underneath the knee, or you can take it up and place it towards the opposite thigh if that works for you today. And then wherever you are, imagine you're drawing everything towards the midline. So you're creating a bit of a squeezing action. Foot is moving towards a thigh, thigh is pressing inward. You're not tensing, you're just becoming stable. And the hands, they feel and connect as well at the heart. Now place your right hand onto your belly, your left hand onto your heart. And within your balance, find your breath. And when we have the hands closer to the body, it's usually a bit easier, a bit safer to balance. If you feel you would like to go into an extension, then bring your arms away from the body and find a nice lift. Maybe the breath feels a bit more open as you breathe in and out here. And wobbling is great, means you're alive. Take one more inhale, one more exhale. And then before we come out, bring the right hand onto the hip, extend through the left arm, and you can do the same if you're here. Inhale for your side stretch, breathe in, and exhale, tilt the body over towards the right hand side. Stay here, or bring your right arm parallel to the left arm. Take another in-breath. Then as you exhale, come back to center, and as slowly as you came in, start to make your way out of tree pose. And release your legs, relax your feet. Beautiful work. Let's keep that focus and shift it over to the other side. Left foot is grounding, and then start with the first option, see how that feels, connect your hands, and then maybe you move it up. You don't have to, just try to mirror what you've just done on the other side. Engage your core just lightly. So notice the difference between tensing up so you can't breathe deep and just finding that inner connection, that stability. Hands are at the heart, in front of the chest. Find a point of focus out in front of you. And then again, you might find a different variation with your arms. Anything that feels nice. Now for your side stretch, bring your left hand to your hip, reach the right arm up, and then stretch it up and overhead. And especially if you have your foot towards a thigh, you probably won't go too far, but you can still feel the right side of your body lengthening and opening up here. Beautiful. One more stretch, one more breath. And then as you breathe out, slowly bring the hands back together and then find your way out of your tree pose. Beautiful work. Now let's find our ways to the top of our mats. Come forward and bring your feet to hip width apart. Hands are on either side of your body. As you inhale for a few rounds of sun salutations, reach your arms forward. Exhale, soften and bow, Uttanasana. Inhale, lift the body halfway, Ardha Uttanasana. Release the hands, step the right foot back, step the left foot back. Find high plank or low plank. Shift the body forward, lower to the earth. Inhale, open the chest, the heart into cobra. Then lift into upward facing dog if that feels good as a back bend today. Lift through the hips and find downward facing dog. Lift your heels, step your feet forward, coming to Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, lift the body halfway, look down. Exhale, fold. Bend your knees with a long spine, come up to standing, hands meet at the top, light back bend, and then draw your hands back to your heart. 2 more rounds. Inhale, full breath. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift halfway, Ardha Uttanasana. Release your hands, step the left foot back, step the right foot back into plank. Shift the body forward. With or without the knees, lower to the earth. Bhujangasana, cobra, lift the chest. Lift through the knees, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Lift the heels, look forward. Walk, step or hop into Uttanasana, forward fold, relax. Inhale, lift halfway, nice long spine. Exhale, forward fold, and then come up to standing. Bend your knees, draw your arms forward and up. Exhale, hands to the heart. Last round. One more in breath to lengthen. Exhale, soften and bow. Inhale, halfway lift. This time you can step or jump back into your plank. Shift the body forward, lower down to the earth. Keep your elbows tucked in, lift into cobra, lift into up dog, open the heart, exhale, downward facing dog. For this one, the last one, you might hop forward. So just see if that works. Bend the knees, look forward and hop to the top of your mat. Inhale, very nice, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Come up to standing, reach your arms forward and up. Draw your hands to your heart. Bring your left hand to your heart. Your right hand onto your lower belly. Feet hip width apart. And then just take a moment to notice the shift and the changes that are happening in the body. Sun salutations are a very energizing practice. So you might notice the change of breath, the change of heart rhythm. Beautiful work. Keep that focus, but then softly release your arms and open your eyes again. Now from here, we're going to keep the left foot forward, hands on the hips, step the right foot back. Have your feet about hip width apart for your high lunge and open the hips towards the front, so square your hips off. Breathe in and bring your arms towards either side of your ear. Open up into your full high lunge. Now see if you can lower into your front leg and really extend out of your back leg. Still, tuck your tailbone under, so lightly push the hips forward. Feel that extension through the back leg. And then for humble warrior, hands on the lower back as a starting point. Or if it feels good, you can interlock your fingers, extend your arms away from the body, stage 1 or 2. Open the chest, the heart, inhale, and exhale, bow forward. Bring your left shoulder to the inside of your left leg. Relax the head. Look toward your right heel and lift that right heel off the mat. Breathe again into your lower back, into your belly rather, and feel your lower back at the same time here. Then come back up halfway, so lift your chest off the mat, and then slowly drop the knee and stay in that chest expansion here. As you breathe in now, lift the left toes off the mat, shift the body forward and try to allow your heart to soften over that left thigh. If it gets too much on the shoulders, you can always take the hands onto the low back. Hips are still open. Left toes are flexed. One more breath. And then release your hands, roll onto the left foot. Bring your right hand underneath your shoulder. And then for your twist, open the left arm up towards the skies. Now take your left arm and reach it towards the back of your mat. You can also come onto the right fingertips or even use a block or your book today to bring the earth up a bit further towards you. And here we open the left side of the chest. You can stay here or you can lift the right foot, hold onto the right leg and then try to soften into your hips. We stay here for a couple more breaths. So your body really has the chance to let go a little bit in this deep stretch, probably for most of us. Hug your right heel in towards your buttock. One more breath. And then for downward facing dog, release. Take your hands towards either side of your front foot and step the left foot back to meet the right. Beautiful work. Now to come onto the other side, we step the right foot forward, starting in high lunge. Feet are hip width, left heel is already lifted, and then come into your high lunge. Arms are shoulder width apart to begin with. Extend out of that left heel, draw the right knee forward. Now bring your hands to your low back or interlock your fingers. If you do so, opposite thumb on top. Inhale, a chest expansion, chest lift, heart lifts. And on the, I need to find my balance first. On the out breath, slowly come forward. Bring your right shoulder towards the inside of your right knee. Relax the head. Have a look at that left heel stays lifted. Press the mat away with both feet. One more inhale. One more exhale. And then come halfway out again. Release the left knee to the floor. You can keep your toes tucked under for support and then lift your right toes. Extend through that leg for a hamstring stretch and then try to draw the crown of your head forward. Again, the hands can now come onto the low back. If you have them there, squeeze the shoulder blades in and move your elbows towards the spine. One more inhale. One more exhale here. Very, very nice. And then coming into our low lunge twist, roll onto the right foot, bring your left hand under the shoulder and then open it up into your twist. Draw the right hand towards the back of your mat. Again, choose to lift your left hand a bit further off the mat and then bring your left heel toward your buttock. Hold onto the foot. Try to relax into your hips. And find your breath again. Feel your body from the inside out. So rather notice how it feels than what it looks like. One more inhale. One more exhale. And then slowly release. For our last round of vinyasa, we're going to step it back into plank this time. Shift the body forward, lower down. On the inhalation, lift into cobra, lift the knees, come into upward facing dog. Exhale, last downward facing dog. Do any last movement for this downward facing dog today that feels good. Deepen your breath. Feel this full body stretch. Feel the connection of your hands and your feet to the earth, the mats. And then gently release your knees down. Bring your knees mat width apart, big toes together for Balasana Child's Pose. The same here, you can use your blocks for the forehead or soften the forehead directly to the earth. Keep a bend in your elbows now so you can relax through the shoulders. And like I just mentioned before, in our low lunge, try to reconnect to how it feels within your body as you soften into your child's pose. And notice how your breath feels right now. You don't have to compare it to how it felt in the beginning, but it might be a nice thing to notice and see if the breath feels a bit more open than before. Find a bit of a sway. Roll the forehead side to side. So we do that especially to relax any tension in the forehead, the neck. And then slowly start to walk your hands in toward your body and then come into a seat. Extend both of your legs forward. And now from here, bring your left leg over the right leg for knee pile pose, or also called shoelace pose. Bring your left knee to as close to the right knee as you can. This is option one. You're staying here with the right leg extended. Or you bring the right foot towards the left buttock. If you do that, make sure you're shifting onto both hips again. And then you try to bring your feet away from one another. Hands come towards the front of your mat. And then very slowly start to release the body forward. Come onto your palms, soften your elbows, and bow your head down. And this is a very intense posture, or I feel it's a very intense one for myself. So it sometimes doesn't need much. You don't have to fold far forward if you feel, like me, a little bit tight through the hips. Just try to relax those areas where you feel that you have tension. And try to soften and relax into the shape. And as we move towards the more still part of the practice, try to connect to sensations again. The sensation of your breath, the sound of your breath. Hips are heavy. You might notice that after a while the body lets go a little bit more so you can sink a bit more into the shape. And then nice and slowly start to come out. Now the leg that is on top, the right leg, we want to bring the opposite hand onto the leg, left hand behind. On the inhale, start to lift the body and lengthen. And then for your twist, just gently start to turn your body towards the left side. If it feels nice for the neck, look past your left shoulder and breathe. Take one more inhale to gently press the mat away, lengthen through the crown of your head. And then on the out breath, slowly release. And then sit all the way back onto your hips so you can slowly release your legs forward, extend the legs, give them a quick shake, a quick release. And then we're going to move on to the other side. So step your right foot over the left leg, knee pile pose, so the knees are on top of one another or towards one another, and then take the same option you've just taken on the first side. And that space that you have between your knees, you could always fill with a block if that helps you to support. Try to flex the feet, gently press the outer edges down. And that's another variation which I really like, is hands on the feet to connect fully to the body, to kind of close that circle fully. And then you can start to bow from there. Try to actively ground into your right sit bone. And then as you're tuning into the breath, you just notice how much the body releases into this posture. Breath by breath, just letting go a little bit more. Feel the breath moving in and out of your body. Imagine breathing into the space of your lower back. Beautiful work. And then with the help of your hands, come out of your posture. Left hand on the right knee, right fingertips behind you. As you inhale, lengthen through the spine. And as you exhale, start to twist and turn your body towards the right. Work with your breath. Inhale to find length and lift in the body. Exhale to twist. Soften the shoulders, the jaw with every out breath. Then take one more inhale to lift and lengthen. And as you breathe out, release the body. Again, sit back onto your hips. Take the legs out in front of you. Extend them. Give them a quick shake. And then as you have your legs about hip width apart, bring your block, your pillow, or anything you have in grabbing distance underneath your knees. Make sure again the fleshy part is moved away from underneath the hips. Flex the toes to begin with toward you. Now inhale, lengthen the body. And now think of folding over the legs. Take your hands to wherever they naturally fall. Back of the palms or on the mat. And then you're relaxing the feet and you're relaxing the forehead completely and fully towards the floor. With every inhale, notice that natural lift of your body. And use the exhales to soften and relax into your shape. Resist the urge that you think you have to go deeper, that you feel like you want to take the block away, and just let go. Relax those leg muscles, the feet. Relax your whole body. Surrender. And then slowly flip the palms so they're facing down. And again, use your hands to come all the way up and back into your seat. Very nice. Make sure the block is close in grabbing distance. And then come to lie down on your mat again. As you get there, hug your knees in and up towards the chest and just gently rock the body side to side. Let the head follow that movement, that relaxation. And then from here, place the feet onto the mat and bring your block, your book or anything you have underneath your sacrum. If you have a block, you can choose between one of the three heights. And as you place that underneath, you don't want to feel any pain or any tension at all. This should feel comfortable. Otherwise, I would suggest that you're simply relaxing the back towards the mat. Now bring your arms to somewhere above the body or towards either side where you feel that again, this whole area of the lungs is open to breathe. And you can try now to extend one leg and then the other. And if you have a pillow, you might not be that high off the mat, but that doesn't matter at all. It's just about having a little bit of a lift, a bit of a back bend, a supported back bend. And then again, try to surrender into this posture. So close your eyes or soften your gaze again, like you did in the beginning. And now I would like you to become aware of the area of your torso again, the area of your rib cage. And just feel those rising and falling sensations in that area of your body as you breathe. And rather than that kind of upward lift or that expansion towards the mat of your low back, feel the rib cage opening towards the left and right side of your body. Think of laterally breathing into your body now. Slow your breathing down again. Take deep belly breaths. Notice if you're still holding on and try to relax your body completely. And even that simple gesture of having the arms in another shape can sometimes already allow to feel more spacious in the breath. So remember that even when you're sitting or standing, you can change the position of your arms and might allow the lungs to open up more fully, more deeply. And if this is your Shavasana for today, please feel free to stay there. If you're coming into a Shavasana, a more traditional Shavasana, you can lift or bring the feet first onto the mat again, lift the hips, take the block away, and then softly relax your sacrum down, extend your legs, bring your arms towards either side of your body. And we come into Shavasana to allow the effects of the practice, the benefits to fully settle in. And it's also there to allow the body and the mind to come into complete stillness after your practice. And feel free to leave us here if you don't have too much time to practice. But if you'd like to stay for Shavasana, then I invite you to notice the feet again. The feet from the inside out, relaxing. Feel the whole length of your left leg, your right arm, and relax your left leg and your right arm completely. Notice the length of your right leg and your left arm. And relax your right leg and your left arm completely. Feel your hips softening, your belly relaxing. Notice wherever your spine is in contact with the mat and where there might be a slight lift. And relax the whole length of your upper body now. Relax the shoulders from the inside out. Soften each and every finger. Notice the palms from the inside out softening. Relax your neck, the back of your head. Relax your forehead, the space between your eyebrows, your third eye. Relax your cheeks, the area around the mouth, the jaw. From head to toes, notice your whole physical body as one, completely connected and alive with breathing. Your beautiful breath that naturally keeps that rhythm of yours going all day. Maybe a moment to show gratitude, to be thankful. Notice your breath softening now. The breath is just very gentle, very soft, and barely noticeable. And then roll your head towards your left shoulder. Feel the space across the right side body opening without changing anything. Just roll the head as far towards the left shoulder as you can. Then roll it back to center. Inhale. Exhale to the other side. As you breathe in, come back to center. And very slowly bring some movement back into your feet, your hands, your fingers. Step one foot onto the mat, then the other, so you can hug your knees back toward your chest. Depending on how you feel, you can roll over to the side, or you can gently rock up with your eyes closed and find a comfortable seated posture. From here, bring your hands forward. Start to crawl your palms away from your body. And then wherever you get to, bow your upper body forward and down. Bow in gratitude. And gratitude maybe today to your breath, your being, your health. Stay here for as long as you like. And whenever you are ready to move again, move slowly and move with awareness. Thank you so much for sharing your practice. It was a pleasure to be here with you, from my heart to yours. Namaste.